6 confirmed kills. 5 minutes. 1 American pilot. He's hungover. On the morning of August 6, 1944, Major George Preddy Jr. shot down more German fighters in a single mission than any American in the European War. Then they killed him by accident on Christmas Day. This is his story. Born in Greensboro, North Carolina, in February 1919, he was just 5'9" and 125 pounds. He'd been rejected by the United States Navy 3 times for small stature, for high blood pressure, for a curved spine. So he did pull-ups, he stretched his back, he reapplied to the Army. They took him. By August 1944, he was leading the 487th Fighter Squadron, known as the Blue-Nosed Bastards of Bodney. The 352nd Fighter Group painted its Mustangs' noses bright blue. The pilots took the name themselves. It stuck. The night of August 5th, the weather scrubbed the next morning's mission, so the officers did what officers do when weather scrubs a mission. There was a craps game. According to the Preddy Memorial Foundation and the diary his sister donated to the Greensboro History Museum, George Preddy won $1,200. Roughly $22,000 in today's money. He used most of it to buy a war bond and mailed it home to his mother. He'd gone to bed late. After midnight, the weather cleared and the mission was back on. With maybe 3 hours of sleep, some accounts say he was still tipsy. By morning, he was hungover. But in 1944, you flew no matter what. The mission was a deep penetration strike against German industrial targets in the Berlin area. Over 1,000 bombers were headed for the Daimler-Benz aero engine works at Genshagen, just south of Berlin. The 352nd Fighter Group was assigned escort. Preddy briefed his flight, white flight. He'd lead 3 Mustangs with Lieutenant Heyer as his wingman and Lieutenant Dolek as the number 3 man. Preddy's P-51D Mustang, serial number 44-13321, featured a natural metal finish and a blue nose. His ground crew had painted the name Cripes, a mighty third, on its nose. It was Preddy's catchphrase when he rolled dice. Preddy was rough that morning, but he climbed in anyway. They took off mid-morning, crossing the North Sea. By the time they rendezvoused with the bomber stream over Germany, they were at 30,000 feet. The air outside was minus 50 degrees. Somewhere over the North German plain, Major Preddy threw up in the cockpit. He cleaned himself off, kept flying, and started looking for German fighters. He didn't have to look long. The 487th Squadron spotted 30 Bf-109s climbing to intercept the bombers. This wasn't an exaggeration. His Distinguished Service Cross citation confirms it, describing a flight of 30 enemy fighters with top cover support of an additional 30 fighters attempted to intercept the bombers. The upper 30 German fighters stayed in top cover. They didn't engage. The lower 30 were the real threat. Preddy wasn't alone. He had his wingman, Dolek briefly, and 4 more Mustangs joined the engagement. 6 Bf-109s hit the ground in the next 5 minutes. Every single one was Preddy's. He and Heyer dove onto the lower formation. The Germans didn't see them coming. Preddy's first kill, a 109, hitting the engine, spewing fire from its cowling. It crashed. Kill 2. Another 109. Preddy closed to within 50 yards, and he hit the canopy. The pilot slumped forward. The aircraft fell. By kill 3, the German formation knew they were under attack. They broke, and Preddy and Heyer dove with them. Around 20,000 feet, Dolek got separated and disengaged. From then on, Preddy was working with just his wingman. They carried 650 caliber machine guns. Each round was nearly half an inch across. A 1-second burst put 80 rounds into a target. At 50 yards, that wasn't shooting at an airplane, that was disassembling it. Preddy wasn't done. His 4th kill came when a 109 trying to evade pulled too hard and lost control. Preddy hit it in the wing root. Kill 5. Another 109 had wrapped around to come at him from above. Preddy reversed inside the turn. Short burst, the aircraft came apart. By kill 6, they were at 5,000 feet. Preddy was the only Mustang in position. He'd been firing intermittently for roughly 5 minutes. Then it was over. He landed at Bodney shortly after 1 in the afternoon. His ground crew watched him climb down from the cockpit, slightly green by his own later account. 6 fingers. He'd only say one thing on the way to debriefing: "I just kept shooting, and they just kept falling." Just 6 days after that mission, Preddy was awarded the Distinguished Service Cross. His squadron commander, Meyer, had nominated him for the Medal of Honor. The chain of command downgraded it. Many of his squadron mates didn't believe that was right. He went home for a 30-day stateside tour. He was back by October, and by November he'd taken command of the 328th Fighter Squadron. His combat career ended with 26.83 confirmed aerial victories. He remains the highest-scoring P-51 Mustang ace of the Second World War. On Christmas Day 1944, during the Battle of the Bulge, Major Preddy was operating from a forward airstrip at Asch, Belgium, chasing a low-flying Focke-Wulf 19. Oh, that was strafing American ground troops near Liège. He and his wingmen had been cleared to drop to treetop level. The clearance came with an assurance: all American anti-aircraft units in the area had been notified to stand down. They hadn't. The word didn't reach the gun crews. A U.S. Army anti-aircraft battery opened fire on the Focke-Wulf. They hit Preddy's P-51 instead. Major George Preddy, Jr. was killed by friendly fire on Christmas Day 1944. 25 years old. His brother William was a P-51 pilot too. He was killed just under 4 months later, strafing a German airfield in Czechoslovakia. They're buried side by side in Lorraine. A 25-year-old man rejected 3 times by the Navy, bodybuilding to straighten his spine, $1,200, and a war bond, vomit in the cockpit at 30,000 feet, 6 confirmed kills, 5 minutes, the Medal of Honor downgraded, friendly fire on Christmas Day because the paperwork didn't reach the gun crew in time, a grave next to his brother in France. Both of them killed in Mustangs, less than 4 months apart. 25 and 20.